We are wrapping up a Thursday here on Radio Row, Super Bowl 58 in Las Vegas at the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. And after having these two on last year, had to have them back again. It is Miguel Gurwitz and Rolando Cantu, the Spanish voices of the NFL, Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football. Guys, welcome back.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for having us again.
Yeah, and everybody in St. Louis, I mean, we have the Spanish broadcast for the Cardinals, Polo Asensio and Benji Molina, and I know we talked a little bit about them last year, but, I mean, for people like me, I don't speak really any Spanish at all, but I could turn that game on the radio, and I could tell you what's going on in the game. They paint a picture in any language, and I feel like it's just it's an art form when you can do that.
They do a great job, Asensio and Manny, and there's a lot of passion behind it. And you know, same as us on TNF and Sunday Night Football, it's something where it's in our culture. We just you know, we prep like any other broadcast there is with research and depth charts and all that good stuff, and then we just put our twist to it. So for us, it's year two, Miguel and I, and we've definitely grown as a broadcast partnership and couple or whatever you want to call it. Because I see this guy more than actually my family during the football season. So yeah, man, it's really good to be back in Radio Row to see you. And
you must like him because I mean, you guys aren't calling the game on Sunday, but yet you're here hanging out on Radio Row. So you must like each other. It's not like 20 weeks of the year went by and you're like, you know what? See you in August.
We had about 12 days, right?
Yeah.
And how many of those 12 days do you guys text each other? Yeah.
and then it's simple, like, hey, I'll see you in Vegas, and then we'll start the world again. And then we're already talking about our next commitments, which is draft. He's coming back from Europe, doing a couple of interviews for the Olympics, and then we'll just meet up for the draft, cover the draft, and then everybody will head home for the summer.
They just announced the other day that they're going to start the year next year in Brazil. Yeah. There are you guys planning to go down to that?
No, we're having the Thursday night.
Okay.
And then there's a Friday. The Eagles are going to play in Brazil. I don't think we don't know.
Yeah, you never know. You never know.
So when you guys are going to try. Hey, just to let you know, hey, the game in Brazil. Hey, we'll go.
Joseph, I'll tell you something. 2013, I went down there for to do a market study on the game, on football, American football in Brazil, and through my Cardinal office, and it was an amazing sight to see. There was over 180 teams already organized, and they just started back in 2008. So these guys would meet up like in a small city called Minas Gerais, and they would just play back-to-back football. I mean, they would play 4 or 5 games in 2 days.
Wow!
And you're talking, I mean, Brazil's a very big culture, and they're very strong, and they're very big. So to see these guys kind of learn on the fly and kind of say, hey, eventually they'll have professional position guys in the NFL. Yeah. And I think with the league announcing that they're going down there and kind of, blessing that market, is something special.
You mentioned that this is only year 2 for you guys. Yeah. How many years has the Spanish broadcast? Is that just 2 years? They started this 2 years ago, or is it just as? I was going to say, I would hope so, because the international broadcasts seem to be so important with radio, and you see that in so many. I mean, St. Louis, like I said, we have it's middle of America, and yet we have a Spanish broadcast for the Cardinals.
We have 4 major networks in Mexico covering the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So yeah, for sure, there's a lot of media companies that cover it. Mm-hmm. We're the ones that started 2 years ago in the U.S. market for Spanish speaking fans, and we love it. It starts for us early in the week, and we do the TNF on Prime Video, and then we kind of just switch gears and go into Sunday Night Football.
But maybe in Mexico, like 25 years?
At least.
And that's, I mean, every sport is trying to figure out a way to grow the game and try to find a way to be the most worldwide. And I guess right now, I mean, the argument probably made right now internationally, the NBA probably of the 4 major sports in the U.S. Outside in the NFL, I mean, they're such a monster in the U.S. and they are trying. You see all the games they do over and now different countries. Germany this year, Brazil next year. They are trying to just spread their wings everywhere.
It's growing a lot. It's a business.
Yeah,
and you need to go big. And this is a big league. And now Germany, England, we're gonna have Spain, now Brazil, Mexico. So this is a big league, and it's trying, to go worldwide. And just they had the flag football tournament, like the World Championship, and Japan won.
Yep.
Japan flag football. So that means the sport is growing a lot.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting because now making flag football an Olympic sport. I mean, obviously the U.S. is going to bring out the cream of the crop and are going to try and go for that medal. Right? But you have teams that have been playing for a much, I guess, like the same time that the U.S. teams have been playing. So Mexico, I know the women's Mexican team is a world champions, and we'll see how that plays out. But for sure, it's inspiring a lot of youth, a lot of kids. I have the opportunity to kind of do 3 or 4 kids camps during the off season in Mexico, especially in Monterrey, my hometown, and I see not only boys but girls are just they're passionate about flag football, man, and that just only helps everybody, the league, the NFL, and obviously the sport.
Are you guys sticking around for the game on Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're covering it, man. For us, I told Miguel it's because we prep for a broadcast we prep for 2 broadcasts every single week. So I watch game film. Miguel has his own method of prepping, and we kind of talk about hey, so how far along are you? And Miguel's like, okay, I've done the research, but I still got to put in something for the game. And it's a daily communication. And this week we're just making the runs with the runs around Radio Row. We're saying hi to good friends in the media. It feels like we're here, but we don't have the pressure of calling the game. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, of course. It's a different pressure.
Yeah.
But they give you a chance to enjoy it a little bit more.
Well, guys, enjoy the game on Sunday. Enjoy your off season. Summer vacations planned together at all with you two? Not yet. Yeah.
Miguel has the Olympics.
Yeah, run to the Olympics.
Oh, what sports are you calling out there?
Every single sport.
Really?
Yeah, it could be golf or any single sport.
They have an
Spanish, man. He's my partner. He does everything. You put him tomorrow to call a cricket game, he'll do it. I mean, he's just that.
And that you see that a lot in the Olympics. I love that when I'm watching it and I hear a voice and I was like, okay, what's that voice from? And you try to figure, okay, what sport that they're doing. It's going from like NBA to handball.
You have a lot of sports happening at the same time.
Yeah.
They switch. Hey, let's go to volleyball. Okay, who's gonna do that? Hey, you go.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're going to ping pong. Who's gonna do it? Yeah, you. So you need to be ready.
Is there a sport you want to call? Is there one that you is an Olympic sport? Like I just mentioned handball. I mean, that is such a that is such a non-American sport that you would think with the athletes, the football players, the basketball players, that you could put a squad together. Like you said with flag football, you could put a squad together and win handball, but they never do. Is there an obscure sport in the Olympics that you are looking forward to maybe seeing? Yeah.
It's really fun. It's really, really fun.
How much fun is that to call though?
It is.
Is it?
Because you have a lot of you have the wind.
Okay.
You see the archer, right? And the system, the competition, it's only by points. So you're seeing a matchup 10, 9, 7, 5. It happens, and there are a lot of the wind, the pulse. I love archery. I love it.
That's the thing. Yeah, the pulse. Just having to do it between heart,
I know
that's sniper level type stuff.
When I go to the Bass Pro Shop and I get on that sniper, whatever game,
Big buck hunter.
Big buck hunter. I get excited, man. Imagine being in an Olympic sport,
Right?
And kind of, dialing into that bullseye. I mean, it's got to be incredible.
Have you ever been to Paris?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So not a first time for that.
Yeah.
That's still going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. The opening ceremony, the river, that's going to be amazing. I think we're going to have a great Olympic.
Yeah. That's my thing right now. You kind of have like a 5-year plan. It's just to kind of stick around in the business long enough to where I could do the LA ones and do something out there in a few years. So best of luck out there, and hope you get to call some really fun sports out there for that. Miguel, Rolando, thank you guys so much for stopping by.
Are you ready for a challenging and rewarding career? There are quality jobs in the construction industry.
I got out of college and my career choices were very limited, and this provided me with a plan for the present and the future at the same time.
I actually have a bachelor's degree in psychology, and I was making less than I make as a first-year apprentice painter.
I didn't go to college. I have no college debt. I make more money than the majority of people I know that went to college.
Take your first step towards a rewarding career. Visit stlouispdf.org.